So module 3, the final part, is organising your own group of peacekeepers. We know that many people who will have now gone through and studied these training courses will want to get out there themselves now. So to organise your own group, we've started off by saying that people already lawfully are peacekeepers under our obligations to uphold the peace and with the right of enforcement for others, breaching not only our peace but that of anyone else, affirming that all are equal under the law and no one is above the law. So we're encouraging as many people as possible now to actually go out and become peacekeepers, because we have to stop turning a blind eye. Turning a blind eye and standing up for those who cannot stand up for themselves. Failing to do so is knowingly causing harm. It's important, Mark, that I think the areas that we discussed yesterday is not to put yourself at risk. Once you've decided to become a peacekeeper, don't put yourself at risk. Ensure that what you're doing you're comfortable with, and often the best thing you can do is to actually call for further assistance if you're involved in a situation that you feel may become volatile. Knowledge builds confidence, role models give courage. We know that obviously once people have decided to become a peacekeeper and they've gone through their training, there's nothing better than practical application. So there's many situations that you and I and some of the other more experienced peacekeepers will allow people to join us and watch the way that we conduct ourselves.
And so, for instance, like in London, we can use that where people can come together and actually see it, and under our supervision, literally the senior peacekeeper as a mentor, then can ensure the safety of the others as they get to see how they can hold officials to account. So it's a very good practical application where they can actually see for themselves how all of this material is actually applied, not just theory.
We're proposing that people always work in groups of 3.
Absolutely.
The benefit of that is that it's whoever it is that's actually, for example, leading that particular inquiry, but you've immediately got 2 witnesses that are comfortable witnesses. If you obviously are alone, then call on 2 members of the public. We've covered this topic already, haven't we? The public don't need to worry. This is not a situation other than you are just independent witnesses taking note and recording all interactions that go on. Once obviously we've got the witnesses and there's been a record that's been made, as soon as possible independently without discussion, each must create their individual record of any incidents. We've put here that we often see what we want to see. When discussing, we'll reach a common view which often reflects the most dominant member's view. Once you've gone through the advanced group throughout the basic course. The basic peacekeeper, witness 1 and 2 at this point in the field, their primary purpose is 3. Introducing themselves to the other, record and support one another as needed.
And it's important because the lead peacekeeper, the lead person, and eventually any of the 3 could be interacting with the authorities. But when you're interacting, you tend to get focused, and this is why automatically within the group somebody needs to be creating the video record, really. And that's a great thing, a very simple thing that a newcomer can do without fear of intimidation. One thing that the police will always say is, you know, oh, you're interfering with our duty. So you can just simply step back and make sure that there's plenty of space, you know, a meter's enough, and you've put yourself into a safe zone where you can still continue to create an independent record. So.
And what about animals then? Are we going to recommend the peacekeepers have a lapdog like Buster, or can they get themselves an Alsatian?
Whatever they feel comfortable with.
Obviously we've written here advanced peacekeeper.
That's what we group. Absolutely.
We know that some people are a little bit more assertive than others.
It's natural.
But yeah, I mean we're very much looking forward to helping and assisting anyone that wants to get out and become a peacekeeper.
Yeah.
We've already had some inquiries as well from a number of teenagers, 16, 17-year-olds, who they've got the passion to want to go out there. And
Absolutely, it's a good job. They want to party, the kids.
yeah, but there's no reason why these kids can't attend.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, you're not a child at 16.
No.
I think that you can't become a peacekeeper until obviously you are probably of the age of 18.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to stop you from being part of a group if you feel that you have the passion at the age of 14, 15, 16 to attend with other peacekeepers.
And also, don't forget, a large amount of time has been spent on teaching people about their rights and duties and obligations. So it actually does start even with the child.
Yeah.
Because within the family creates the custom, the family custom. But as soon as you go to school, you need to learn the interactions with the social society immediately around you.
Yeah.
So, but to get actively involved, to challenging, definitely I would, there's no need for a minimum age.
Yeah.
We all can challenge authority. We're used to challenging our parents as children. And it's to learn that from a parent-child viewpoint, we tend to have the ego which says, oh, I should know everything. We need to actually learn to explain to the children, we don't know everything. And stop saying, oh, just shut up or be quiet, or it's a much better thing, just go and ask your father or your mother if you don't know the answer.
Yeah.
To allow the children to actually get a deeper understanding of their rights, their role in society, and their purpose on the planet.
And I think in conclusion then, to bring these first three training models to conclusion, there's two things I think people should keep in mind. Number one, enjoy yourself.
Absolutely.
You know, be happy to stand up for your rights, because at the end of the day, we know that this training course has been quite intense. We've made so many different videos that people can go through to get themselves proficient, but there's not that much required.
Absolutely.
If you want to understand a couple of basic statements, you know, sort of we'll highlight the ones like people should really understand.
Yeah.
R versus Howell. People should understand and just be able to pretty much quote, you know, 3 or 4 statements that they've heard throughout this training.
Yeah.
But I suppose in conclusion, I'll quote you yourself, Mark. People should enjoy being the change that they want to see.
Absolutely, lead by example.
Indeed.